What's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Ty here, back at again with another video. And this video is an interesting video because it deals with folks who have been in a place now where some are just in a place where they're saying they don't enjoy the game anymore. Welcome to my house. So you're not having fun playing the My Hero Academia CCG. You might even be in a mode of where you're wanting to quit now, or whatever you want to call it. And I'm here to tell you, there's a way to find that out and figure that out. First, before we begin, make sure if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to TysHouseOfCards.com. No, it's not .com. What am I talking about? It's not .com. I don't have a .com. It doesn't matter. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you put your notifications on so you can stay up to date when I release some new content for you guys. And I got some other things that's coming up real soon that I will be announcing probably at the end of the video. But without further ado, let's get right into the video. So I've come across quite a few people that are having issues, and I think people kind of hit this roadblock sometimes when they're playing card games. So right now, I had a conversation with somebody who was in a mode where they just felt like they were not enjoying the game anymore. They're just not having fun, maybe even contemplating quitting the game and doing something else. And so I believe there's a way to find that out. And in doing that, let's dive into it. We already know you're not having fun. You're probably looking at it like, man, I'm not checking well. I keep losing. I just haven't found my character. I mean, there's so many reasons that we can go down the line. You just have a list of things. You're like, it's just too expensive. I mean, there's no telling what it is. Well, I think there's some things that we need to consider. First off, one, you might be easily frustrated. You need to look and see if you're getting frustrated. So key number one is frustration. If you're in the middle of a game, sometimes we're getting frustrated too quickly. So if it's not going our way, we start playing out of our game. We start, even with the bad checks or whatever, we just start thinking opposite and thinking differently. And we're overlooking moves. There's just so many things, so many mistakes that are made when you're frustrated. So do your best not to get frustrated when things happen. There are things that just happen in the game that you just have to understand. When playing the game, it takes place. But you're also learning things in the midst of playing, whether somebody's playing a certain character, which leads me to number two, meta. You are only building meta decks or what's won in a tournament, and you figured that you're gonna win too. I'm just here to tell you that no, that's not the case, because you have to have some understanding of the game itself, and you have to understand what is going on with this deck. What are they trying to do with the deck? This is not one of those games that you can just build somebody's deck and just think you're gonna wreck everybody. Some may do a little bit of damage here and there, but you're not capitalizing on the full extent of the deck because you're not allowing yourself to develop. So then now you're only thinking about, oh, well, you're like, oh, well, I just can't win. I mean, this game sucks, or this deck sucks, or whatever. And that's not the case. It's, you don't know how to utilize the deck. And there may be some rules you don't even know. There may be rulings you don't know. There's some interactions you don't understand. So always consider that too. You need to make sure you are finding something that works with you, and that you do your research, which actually that brings me to number three, testing more. Some of you guys are like, oh, I haven't found the character yet. Well, you sometimes don't allow you don't allow yourself to build up with that character. You kind of like, you'll play it and it doesn't work once and you're like, I don't like it. Okay, I'll play this, I don't like it. And it's because you lose. You might lose a match. You might lose a bunch of matches. And instead of allowing to see, what is this deck doing? What is this deck trying to do? I'm just mad. I just don't want to deal with it anymore. It's not my character. It's just not me. It's not your playstyle. And you just may not have discovered that playstyle yet because you didn't give it enough time. So give it more time when you're doing it. That leads me to number four. What is your playstyle? Your playstyle matters too. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to achieve in your games? What are you trying to play? If you are impatient, are you just trying to win on turn 2, turn 3? Okay, well, you might be somebody you might be an aggro player, so you just want to play and not really care. But do understand, in doing that, you might be too aggressive and not holding blocks to be able to block stuff and survive, so you can go for that kill turn. You might be a mid-range person. You might be somebody that pokes a little bit, pulls back, builds up, pokes a little bit, builds back, and then you just go for one setup kill and you kill him. And then you might be a control player, somebody who just likes to sit back and be in control. Just like, let me sit, let me just watch what they do. I just want to interrupt everything they're doing. Which one brings joy to you? Which one brings excitement to you? Because at the end of the day, you're playing the game to have fun. But you may have lost the reason why you started playing the game. So look into that too. What got you started playing the game? What drew you to the game? And get back to that point. And now this is another one that I think a lot of people don't like to talk about too. And sometimes play environment. You might just have some people around you. I mean, for the most part, this community is really dope. You know, there's so many people that are helpful and everything. But you might just have a couple of oddballs. You might have a couple of people that just are unfriendly, or they maybe in their mode of frustration and just maybe in the zone of winning. Who knows? Whatever that is. But in order to deal with that too, you just have to be able to, I don't want to say ignore them because you got to play against them, but you're going to have to roll with the punches. There's just some people that just have, you know, problems dealing with people. And sometimes it might just be going to branch out a little bit and just try to interact with them as much as you can. Some people may not give you any kind of respect at first until you start winning. Then you start winning. Now they might be like, oh man, he knows something, or they don't get frustrated or whatever. That's another thing. So you're maybe just breaking that ice by pushing through and not allowing your frustration or issues to just make you get you into a place where you just like, I just don't want to play anymore. So discover what it is that brought joy to you in it, and just focus on that. I wouldn't really focus so much on I'm losing, because in that losing you're actually gaining. You're gaining experience, you're gaining understanding. So look at what you're learning, and eventually there are plenty of people, I can tell you stories of people who lost game after game after game after game. I've even lost game after game after game. I've been at bottom table before, okay? Complete bottom. That's another story though. But there's just something that clicks after a while. You just playing, and then you find that thing. You find out your play style. You find out how you want to flow. You find out that character. It's not about, oh, it's just meta. It's just who you play and what meshes with you. You know, you might have the element of surprise. So I'm telling you, when you find that and it clicks, you will enjoy the game like never before. And it doesn't just go for MHA. That goes for a lot of games. Now, I can't really say that for all games because there are some games that do other things, but I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to digress. But I hope this kind of helps you think about, you know, before just jumping ship and just saying, I don't want to play anymore, or I'm not having fun. Understand what's causing that. Examine those things. Ask yourself those questions, those 4 questions or even 5, or examine that and see how to overcome them by just taking more time, put more time into it. Or sometimes just take a break, just step back and just, you know, relaxing. You'll kind of see what you're missing. And in the midst of it, instead of sitting back, you'll end up discovering, oh, I could do this and I could do this. Like I said, one day it's just gonna click. Before I forget, I did forget something. There's a lot I've been working on, and one of the things I've been working on, I just want to get you guys hyped up about it. Just a little sneak, just not a preview, but just teaser that, hey, I am actually starting a Patreon. It's gonna be available. It's gonna open up probably in the next week or 2. I'm gonna say probably within the next week. I'll have an exact date for you, but just stay tuned. And those of you who want to support or are looking for support or have been wanting to support for a minute, well, now you're going to be able to have the opportunity to do it. And I'm going to have exclusive things for my Patreons or Patreons. I don't know how to say it. Patrons. The point is, anybody that's supporting, I got some special stuff coming for you guys. So definitely stay tuned for that. I hope this was helpful. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Like I said, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I got some more videos coming up that's going to be talking about each different bracket as far as the style of person or player you are. So stay tuned for that. Love you guys. Take care. Peace.